Good evening, ladies. Let's see how we get on. I might have to move, but hopefully my internet should be a lot better. So, ladies, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Stephanie. I am your coach, your curator for this amazing community, Women That Don't Drink. And every Thursday night, or at least once a week, I try and pop in and do a Facebook Live. So feel free to ask me any questions, anything you want me to tackle. I will do my best. If I can't, I will do my best to get some experts in. In fact, I'm thinking about experts, so I'll probably ask you some questions. So I just wanted to share with you, I have the angel wings. I don't know if you can see them very well, but I'll post again soon. So they're really small, pewter little angel rings, very light, so they can be as a charm. Hi Gemma, lovely to see you. But also as a key ring, so you can have them as a charm or as a key ring. Now the idea behind these was purely for us to have something as a reminder for this group, so the strength, the support, the compassion of this community. And also, you know, if you do some alcohol free time, it's nice to have something as a bit of a reminder of that. Years ago when I worked for I helped set up Drinkwise Age Well, which was looking at supporting people who drink over the age of 50, and we used to have these little key ring sort of medallion things with Drinkwise Age Well on it, and I used to look at it all the time on my key ring, and I would say to myself, Drinkwise Age Well. So it worked as a really good reminder for me about what I was doing and the choices I was making for myself. But anyway, let's talk about sleep. We talk about sleep quite a lot in the group, and I'm surprised I haven't done a Facebook Live. I was looking through them this morning thinking I must have done a Facebook Live on sleep. I know I tackle it in my online program, so that's might be what I'm thinking. But anyway, we haven't done one for a very long time on sleep, so we need to. It's a big issue. Okay, let's start at the beginning. So, alcohol is a depressant. It relaxes us, so we can get into the habit of having a drink, a couple of drinks in the evening, or maybe even more, and we're fooled into thinking that's what's helping us sleep. It is sort of, because it's depressant, so it lowers your heart rate, it slows everything down, it relaxes us. It's really easy to drop off to sleep when you've had a couple of drinks, maybe even more, depending on what your tolerance is. But alcohol is a toxin and a poison, as you know, and actually what alcohol does is it impacts on our quality of our sleep. So the REM sleep, the sleep that we need for deep sleep, the one that really helps us to feel better and repair and feel refreshed for the next day, alcohol seriously impacts our REM sleep. So if you are drinking more than one glass of wine, say in an evening, maybe two, one or two, this is going to be impacting on your sleep. So more than that, alcohol will definitely have been impacting on your quality of sleep. Now, you don't have to have had a serious alcohol problem for the alcohol to be impacting your sleep, okay? So it's very, very common, and we talk about it a lot. So there's a few things that can happen. So ladies reduce or take a break or stop drinking, and you feel tired and you sleep a lot. That's great. Go with it. You're going to be tired. Most people are going to be tired, and actually that's okay, because your body is catching up. You're sleeping without the alcohol, so you're getting good quality sleep. Now, people say, how long does this last? That's a how long is a piece of string question. You know, for some people that might be a couple of weeks, for some people it might be a few months, for some people it might even be longer. And obviously we can really help ourselves by listening to our body, and if we are able to sleep, you know, sleeping as much as we can within reason. I mean, obviously if people are sleeping sort of more than 9-10 hours a night, then for a long period of time, then maybe you need to look at what else is going on. But anything sort of around 7, 8, 9 hours is a really good night's sleep, okay? Some people will function on less. Not many people need more than 9 hours, to be fair. 8 is about the average. Now, the other thing as well, I forgot to add, so it's not just about it impacting on our REM sleep. Alcohol is also a diuretic, so it makes us want to go to the toilet more often. So that can be another reason why it's impacting on our sleep, is because we're getting up through the night and we're needing to wee. So not only is it impacting on our REM sleep, we're also getting up to go for a wee. So we're sort of getting that unsettled sleep. And also because it's a diuretic, we sweat more. So we get more dehydrated as well. God, there's so many reasons to take a break from alcohol. Okay, so some people will stop and they'll feel tired and they won't have a problem sleeping. And I say, go for it. Listen to your body, look after yourself, catch up. You will catch up. You will feel better. Ask any of the women in this group that are, say, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year in, they will all tell you that after a period of time they felt better and better. Okay, now some of you are struggling to sleep, and there's lots of reasons for that. One is that you have been reliant on the relaxant to get you off to sleep, so there's something about getting off to sleep. And then some of you, because you've got out the habit of learning how to sleep, you just don't know how to do it. So anybody that's taught a child how to sleep, of which I have, a lot of this will resonate with you. If you've done any sleep work with any unruly children, this is very, very similar. I'm going to give you lots of tips. If sleep is an issue for you, I highly recommend you do every single one of these tips I say. So when I talk to people about sleep, people are struggling with their sleep, and I do the checks around sleep hygiene, I always find something in there that's like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? If you do that, it's going to impact on your sleep, okay? So I want you to really listen to this if sleep is a problem, and I want you to do everything, and I want you to be consistent, and I want you to make it a good habit, because if you really want to sleep, you can teach yourself how to sleep. 9 times out of 10, most people can teach themselves how to sleep, okay? But you have to try these things first before you go to a specialist, sleep worker, or go to your doctor or whatever. Routine, super important, okay? Consistency, habit, routine. All of this stuff is about routine and consistency and habit, relearning and reteaching yourself. So having a consistent bedtime every night, okay? So you go to bed at the same time, you get up at the same time, okay? Even at the weekends. Try not to lay in at the weekends, because if you lay in at the weekends, you'll go to bed later and it sort of sets your body clock out, okay? Sleep at night. I know this is really difficult if you're super tired, but sleeping during the day steals from nighttime sleep. So if you can, only sleep at night. If sleep is an issue for you, absolutely only sleep at night, okay? Exercise during the day, 20 minutes, get outside, be in the fresh air. In fact, being outside is really good as well. Swimming is particularly good. Swimming does something weird, maybe not so much in the heat. I was reading about this. So because you take your clothes off and you swim, you go hot, cold, that does something in terms of how you feel, but also you're exercising. You can feel particularly sleepy after swimming, okay? Now, the thing with exercise is exercise releases the endorphins, which is great. So you don't want to be, if sleep is an issue, you don't want to be exercising in the evenings, okay? Because evening exercise can stimulate you and can make it hard for you to sleep. So if sleep is an issue, you exercise during the day or in the morning, even if it's first thing in the morning. Now, the thing with exercise is you're moving your body and you're outside and you're using your muscles, and your body is tired, which means it's going to want to sleep and repair those muscles, okay? So part of your bedtime routine needs to include a hot bath or a hot shower, so it relaxes the muscles. Do not eat your dinner late, because if you're eating nothing past 7, 6:30, 6 really, I'd really like you to eat tea between 5 and 6 if sleep is an issue. So because if you eat late, then your body is digesting the food, and that can unsettle your sleep as well. Now, you can also be really clever about what you eat. So by eating your carbs in the evening, so eating good carbs, okay? So things like rice, quinoa, sweet potato. I'm sure there'll be much better examples of that. I'm not great on my good carbs. I know what bad carbs are though. Your bedroom to be dark. Have a dark room, please. This is also part of your bedtime routine. No caffeine. Right, this is the biggest one I come across. People who drink coffee during the day, just people who drink coffee full stop. Coffee is so powerful. It's such a powerful stimulant. Now, if you're a hardcore coffee drinker, I will let somebody have 1 cup coffee in the morning. But if you still have trouble sleeping, I say cut the coffee out completely. In fact, even then I would say a cup of tea in the morning maybe. You also need to be really careful with fizzy drinks. So if you drink fizzy drinks, I want you to check what type of fizzy drinks you're drinking. Some of them have got really high sugar content, some of them have got caffeine in. Sugar is a stimulant as well, can also impact on our sleep. So if you can, drink water, sparkling water, herbal teas. You know, if sleep is an issue for you, you really need to do this. The other one is diet pills, even herbal remedies. So if you're taking any appetite suppressants or any diet pills, chances are they have a stimulant in it. 100% guaranteed they've got a stimulant, even the herbal ones, and they've probably got quite a lot of caffeine in as well. So do not take those diet pills, those appetite suppressants, if you are struggling with sleep. Just be careful with them anyway, even if sleep isn't an issue. Nicotine as well. So if you smoke, so nicotine is a stimulant. If you smoke, try not to smoke in the evening if you can, if sleep is an issue for you. Read a fiction book. This is part of your bedtime routine. So you have a hot bath, a shower, you have a dark room, and you read a fiction book. Not anything that's going to keep you awake, so not horror, but something that's going to allow you to sort of relax and delve into fantasy and let your mind wander. That can really, really help. Silence, no screens, no games, no phones, no Facebook. Nothing, nada, zilch, out of your bedroom, okay? Hypnosis can really, really help. Now, there is a relaxation hypnotherapy session, very simple, it's 20 minutes. If you wake up in the night or you struggle getting off, please try that hypnotherapy session. If you like it, there will be others. Find others that work for you, meditations, anything like that that's going to actively help you to relax. These meditations and hypnotherapy talk you through breathing. And breathing is really good. So like concentrating on your breath. If I wake up in the middle of the night, that's usually because I've got something on my mind. And that horrible thing we do in the middle of the night when we wake up and our mind's going worry, worry, worry. That's the worst thing we can do because we're not going to get back to sleep. So I literally make myself stop and I breathe. And I'll breathe and I'll count to 10 and I'll just really concentrate on my breath. And before I know it, I've relaxed myself and I've got back off to sleep. So use the hypnotherapy session. Now, I've talked a bit about this, but be careful with your sugar and refined carbs. So what can happen is when you stop drinking, and the last thing I want you to do is be worried about what you're eating, but if you're struggling with your sleep and you're eating a lot of sugar and you're eating a lot of refined carbs, so by that I mean white bread, white, I don't even have stuff like that in my house. White bread, scones, cakes, biscuits, stuff like that. So sugary things, really. If you can really reduce that, that's really going to help you. So the other thing is, if you do all of these things and you are consistent and you get into a habit, and I mean doing this for a good few weeks and being consistent with it, and you're still struggling, is it because you've got something on your mind? So sometimes we're worrying about things, or maybe we've got something going on in our life that's making us feel anxious, and that can be what's actually waking us up. So it's about being honest about that and thinking about, do I need to go and talk to somebody so that I can deal with that? So yeah, that can also be something that keeps you awake. Now, if you do all of these things and you do all of these things consistently for a good few weeks and you don't feel any benefit and you're still struggling, please, please, please go and see your doctor and see if there's anything they can do to help. There are sleep specialists that you should be able to be referred to, but they are going to ask you these questions. So this stuff that I'm talking about is all the stuff that anybody who talks to you about what we call sleep hygiene, it's one of those funny buzzwords, these are all the things they're going to want you to be doing. So you can help yourself with all of these things, but you have to do them and be consistent and do the checks, and for most people it's going to work. Okay, ladies? Any questions, please ask. I'm sure there'll be lots of ladies commenting, sharing what works for them. If you're new and you're struggling with sleep, really, really hang on in there, particularly in the first few weeks. It does get better, but do these things. It will really help. And I will see you soon. Thank you, ladies. Bye.